Hey guys, this is Gundam Freedom, and today I'll be doing a review on the 1144 no grade Tallgeese I. This kit originally is the Tallgeese III, but I repainted it and modified it to make it into the Tallgeese I. So all of it is originally molded in white, including the polycaps, but since I'm using it as a Tallgeese I painted all of the black parts into black, and then yellow parts into yellow, some light gray on the chest, on the shoulders, and then some yellow on the head and red on the mohawk area, as well as painting the thruster pods on the back black as well, because those are originally all in white. I also changed the crotch thruster here into the thruster from the high-grade Tallgeese, high-grade Leo, as well as the feet. I changed it into the high-grade Leo feet, and I rearranged the thruster pods. They were originally on the shoulders, but instead I replaced them into the back here, and I also changed the hands into the standard high-grade hands instead of the original polycap hands. First off is the dauber gun. This was originally the dauber gun from the Leo, so this is not the original dauber gun from the no-grade Tallgeese. As you can see, it's all molded in gray. And then what I did is, originally it was connected here on holes here on the Leo, but I glued a peg here into the side so that I can attach it onto the connector piece here of the Tallgeese. So just like so. And then since when it's being held by the Tallgeese, it's on an awkward angle, so I decided to move the handle further inwards so that it can hold it much better when it's attached onto the shoulders. And as for attaching it onto the shoulder itself, this connector piece attaches onto the peg here on the shoulder, just like so, and it can move up and down and rotate on that peg. As for when it's being held in the hand, you can just slide the handle onto the hand itself. It's a bit hard because it's connected on the shoulder itself, but it's manageable. Just need to rearrange the parts a little bit. So here is the Tallgeese holding the dauber gun. It's still awkward, but it can still hold it even if it's still connected onto the shoulder here. So that's the dauber gun. So the next accessory is, of course, the shield, which is all molded in white with the eagle symbol on the center of the shield. But I didn't paint the eagle here because in the anime it doesn't have the eagle on the shield itself, so I opted on not painting it. But I painted the inner pieces here gray, as well as the inside of the shield gray as well. And this part is originally in black, so what I did is I painted the handles here white, and then this handle piece here is also originally white, so I changed it into gray. And this is the original connector piece from the Tallgeese III. So to use it as a normal shield, the Tallgeese can just hold it like so, but it's very loose because I changed the hand into the high-grade hand. So yeah, but when it's not in use, you can just peg the shield here using this polycap onto the peg here on the side of the other shoulder, just like so. And that is the shield all attached onto the Tallgeese itself. Next up is the beam saber. So the beam saber is originally all molded in white, so I painted all of the beam pink because the Tallgeese uses pink beams, unlike the Gundams use green beams. So yeah, that's the beam saber, and to hold it, you can just slide into the hand just like so. And the last added accessory is the beam machine gun from the space version of the Tallgeese, or the Leo. So sometimes the Tallgeese can be seen using this weapon, especially in the opening version. So I decided on giving it to the Tallgeese I. And to attach it onto the hand, you can just slide it into the hand just like so. Easier said than done, but yeah, so there we go. So those are all the accessories of the Tallgeese I. The head of a Tallgeese is on a single ball joint, so it can only move up about that far and then down that far, and then side to side, not that much, and rotate all the way around. It cannot move as much as forward and back and side to side because of the shape of the head, just like the Leo. And then for the arms are on a peg, original peg here on the no grade, so it can rotate all the way around. Not including the thruster pods, because originally the thruster pods are here connected on the shoulder, but now I separated them and reconnected them onto the body itself, so the shoulders can still go all the way around and go up. Separate from the shoulder itself is the shoulder armor, and then all together they can go up about that far, not that much, because again this is a no grade, not a high grade. And then there is a single polycap joint here on the elbow, so it can rotate on the upper elbow and then bend about that far, a little bit more than 90 degrees. So yeah, and then the wrist is on a typical ball joint, so it can rotate and wiggle around on that ball joint. Again, this is the high grade hands, not the no grade polycap hands, so it's much better. It looks much better than using the original polycap hands. As for the body, since this was the originally the Tallgeese III, it retains the torso articulation of the Tallgeese III, so it can move forward about that far, and then go back about that far, and then side to side about that far, and it can rotate a little bit. And then on the lower waist area, it can rotate about that far because the stomach piece here is hitting the back skirt on the back. For the thruster pods, so what I did is I glued some pieces here on the back, so, and those are originally double jointed, so they can go up and down on that hinge. And then there's a ball joint here which lets it rotate up and down and also in and out. And then there's a peg here inside and a polycap in the thruster pods which can rotate a little bit. And then for the thruster pods itself, they can open up here on the fin on the side, and then pull this up and open up the inside of the thrusters, so you can see a thruster here which you can push out, but I cannot because the paint made the joint stiff. As well as this side, you can still open it and have another thruster poke out just like so. So both sides of the thruster pods can do that. So yeah. Or the hip joints, so they are on the original ball joint here on the hips, which lets the leg go forward about that far, then go back about that far, in and out about that far. This side skirt piece can move forward and back a little bit, and then there's a in and out motion because of the ball joint. And then the knees, originally the knees can only bend about that far, but I modified the knees on the back here. What I did is I cut out some armor pieces here on the back, which can make let the knee bend a little bit more. Usually it's not that hard, but you can move further back since it doesn't have the excess armor on the back of the leg. So it's a bit of an improvement from the original articulation of the knee. And then for the foot, it's on a ball joint, so it can move down and up, and then rotate about that far, and can go side to side just like so. Here is the Tallgeese next to the high grade RX-78, which has about the same height as the Tallgeese itself. And here is the high grade Wing Gundam, which is a bit smaller than the Tallgeese, which is accurate to the height of the Wing Gundam in the anime. And here's also the Tallgeese I together with the Tallgeese II, and my custom colored Tallgeese I in the Endless Waltz colors. Overall, this is a great kit despite its age. It's one of the best kits from this line, especially the Tallgeese III mold, even though it's all molded in white. So if you wanted to have a more articulated version of the Tallgeese, you can buy the Tallgeese III and have an accurate version of the Tallgeese from the anime. You just need to paint all of the other parts to make it accurate. But it comes with all of the stickers that needed to be added, just like the head parts, the mohawk piece, and the eagle on the shield are included on the Tallgeese 3 pack. So yeah, and it also comes with parts from the Tallgeese 2, which you can also do on this version, so that it can have a much better articulation than the standard no-grade Tallgeese 1 and 2. So yeah, the weapons, the double gun, although it's hard to attach it on the hand while it's still attached on the shoulders, because originally it's only a small peg that's connecting the shoulder and the double gun on the arm, and you can just display the double gun being held by the hand. You need to remove it on the shoulder, and it looks very ugly, so I decided on just modifying the joints on the shoulders so that it can pose with the double gun still on the shoulder and being held in the hand while still looking good on the mobile suit itself. And the beam saber is okay because it's a no grade, and it's easier to paint it than just having it plain white. And using other weapons from the Leo is great because again it uses some of the Leo's weapons on the anime, especially in the opening, so giving it other weapons is a big plus, and the compatibility is great. The only downside of this kit is originally the thruster pods are connected on the shoulders, which is a big hinder on the kit itself, because originally it cannot pull off a lot of poses because the arm is a bit hindered on the articulation and the poses that you can do with it, because again the thruster pods are connected to it, unlike what I did, which is separating the thruster pods from the shoulders, which also the real grade version and the master grade did, which is a bit accurate on the anime, because in the anime you cannot really see where the thruster pods are connected. They just look like they are connected on the back, but I don't know why the model kits have the thruster pads connected on the shoulders. That's all for this review. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!